Well, Adam, you guys are obviously ranked high, preseason Big 12 favorites. Do you like those kind of expectations?
We really don't look into it that much. I mean, we're extremely grateful, blessed that the country, Big 12 coaches see us that highly. But at the end of the day, we know we have to prove it. So, extremely excited for Monday. Extremely excited for the season. We've been practicing really hard. So,
How different is it? You guys had so many preseason injuries last year. How different is it now at practice and just going into the year?
that's definitely different. Being able to compete with all 15 rather than going 9, 10, 12 some days. It's really special because at the end of the day, iron sharpens iron. So every one of us at the end, from 1 to 15, have to be ready, have to be prepared for any moment. So being able to put our best foot forward and have all of us available and healthy is big.
Adam, just out of curiosity, you can go ahead. Keyonte raved about you as a leader. What have you seen from him so far?
Keyonte is special, man, to be honest. Everybody knows how his abilities on the court are just undeniable. But the things that he does off the court in the sense of his energy, his presence, his maturity at such a young age, being able to have open ears to anybody and everybody wanting to learn, it's so big. So I know that the sky's the limit for him, and we're just excited that he committed to Baylor. So.
Kind of off that, a lot of times you'll hear, freshmen come in and they want to learn from the older guys, but he commended you on the fact that you listen to what he sees. Why are you so open to maybe hearing what an 18-year-old who's never played college basketball has to say about the game and the way he sees it?
He's an extremely high IQ guy. At the end of the day, we all have our different experiences. We learn from things regardless of the age, and I know I could be 35 and there could be an 18-year-old. At the end of the day, we always can learn, so we have to be open-minded about that. There's a reason why at the end of the day, Coach Drew is willing to listen to us because, we may see something different from him. So it's all about just having an open mind, open eye, and just being able to be attentive to anything anybody has and show the respect, regardless if you agree or not.
Talking about Coach Drew listening to you, he had an interesting thing he talked about where when a recruit comes in or a possible transfer comes in, he asks you guys if you think they would fit the team, and he bases some of his decisions on that. Do you have a checklist or something, things you look for when guys come in where you're like, okay, I think they fit because of this?
I wouldn't say a specific checklist, but as a group culture, at the end of the day, we know, at the end of the day, who's going to be a great fit is going to add to the culture. I know that, some of the guys eventually will be leaving, but we want to continue to have this same culture of joy and just compete at a high level and give God all the glory every time we step on the court, everything that we do. So finding guys like that are pivotal.
How does the excitement with the team for the first game to start compare this year to some of the previous years you've been here?
It's definitely a different role for me, but it's extremely exciting every time I step on the court. I don't care how many times I've played. I still get goosebumps. We definitely have a new team, so it's exciting to be able to step out there. We've been really going at each other's necks for a minute now, so excited to play against somebody else.
Was there anything in those scrimmages that y'all had that really stood out that surprised you about the way that y'all played?
I wouldn't say surprise us, but showing the resiliency. Both teams we play were extremely competitive, high-level teams, and at the end of the day, there's going to be ups and downs in the game, but the leadership, the attention to detail with everything that we're trying to do helped us to finish, each of those scrimmages the best we wanted to. And it's just a learning experience being able to show that regardless of the simple mistakes that we have early, we know that we are going to fight regardless and finish the best we can.
Adam, what do you feel like this guard group brings to the table, just the versatility of it?
You talked about it perfectly. Versatility, being able to have multiple guys, do multiple things, and be able to go against each other every day and just sharpen each other up, compete at a high level, push each other to the max. It's only going to help us as a team. When there are times where we need to sub or we need to have fresh legs or whatever it may be able to come in and know there's not going to be a big drop off.
You mentioned last year at the end you only had like 9 guys that were healthy. To have such a deep group this year in practice, is it weird, because you have so many people who have to get reps in, whereas last year by the end, it was pretty much y'all doing everything all the time in the practice?
It's not weird because I think last year was just so surprising. I've never experienced something like that to where multiple guys were injured. The year before, when we won it, we had a lot of guys that were competing and getting in and out. But being able to have multiple guys pushes you to go completely your best every possession. So okay, if I'm tired, I can get a sub, But if there aren't as many guys, obviously it's definitely struggling, and Coach Drew had to do some adjusting as well as us. But being able to not really worry about that has been big because we've been able to put our best foot forward every day.
Particularly not knowing if and when Jonathan gets back, how much are you expecting of guys like Caleb, Jalen, Josh, and how much do you need those guys to come through for you?
We definitely need those guys. We need everybody coming in. I need to continue to do just a great job of leaning on them as well as they lean on us. We have some veterans, obviously, but they're going to play a huge role, and we're just extremely excited to have them. They compete at a high level. They want to win. They wanted to be here, which is extremely special. So,
Keyonte, what have practices been like? Have they been pretty competitive?
Practices has been very competitive coming up to the first game of the season. They've been very intense. Really just been focusing on, the little things, the little details, especially on the defensive end. But, we're going to be definitely mentally, physically prepared when it comes down to the first game.
You eager to play?
Hmm?
You eager to play?
Definitely. I'm definitely excited to play, my first collegiate game. It's definitely, just want to thank my Lord and Savior. Just giving me blessing me with the talent to be able to play at this type of level. And so definitely excited to play.
Keyonte, is there an area, you talked about it a couple weeks ago when we talked to you about the change from high school to college and just maybe the physical toll that it takes. Is there an area where you think you're maybe more prepared than when you got to Baylor?
I just think that I've gotten really stronger, just being, more balanced with my body, and just learning how to use my body in different scenarios. So I definitely feel like I've definitely adjusted well, throughout the months that I've been here. But, I'm always looking for somewhere to improve. So, I still got a lot of room to grow.
Flo, you've done this a time or two. What do you see as the main thing you guys need to accomplish during the preseason before you get to conference play?
It's a blank sheet. We got a lot of stuff we got to accomplish. For me, my biggest thing is just as long as we play hard, we compete, regardless of who we're playing against. And, yeah, that's all I can say as a fifth year.
Well, you guys are picked to win the Big 12. You're ranked 5th in the AP poll. Do you like those kind of expectations?
For us, we don't really focus on that, even though we're appreciative of such, recognizing the talents our team has. But for us, we just pride ourselves with just going out there and playing to the best of our ability. And I feel like with this year's group, we have the capability to do that.
Flo, obviously each team is different, but you've seen what a championship team looks like, the qualities that they have. Even early on in the season, what are those maybe small qualities that this team has that you say, okay, those are the things we need to get where we need to go?
From that note, we got to play first. So, once we start playing, once we start establishing ourselves on the court, then we're able to see those things. But, from my point of view, as long as we have the chemistry, the grit to go out there and play each and every night, just have the ability to compete, that's all that matters.
You talked about the chemistry. How do you take a bunch of transfers with freshmen and a couple returners and build that chemistry pretty early on?
I give credit to the coaching staff to doing that. Just having a collective unit of guys, who basically love each other and who have the capability to go out there and play together. Usually that's very hard to do, but with this year's group, I feel like we have that. With young talents and also transfers. So, and with all heads like me, who try to keep the tradition going. So, yeah.
Well, how different is the start of this year compared to the start of your first year, just from a nerves, excitement, all that kind of stuff standpoint?
It's different. As far as first year, I don't know, Key, how do you feel? But for me, it's just like I said, man. It's been a long summer, putting all the hours in and everything just to get to this place we are right now, which is the start of the season. So I'm just looking forward to it, having another adventure. So.
Well, what are you seeing from Josh?
Josh kind of reminds me of myself a little bit when I came. You know, slim, athletic, run up and down, has a lot of raw talent. But I mean, the thing I love about Josh the most is the ability for him to compete. You know, and not only compete, also just the ability for him to just be coachable. You know, listen to everything the coaches have to say, and even from his teammates and his peers. So I could definitely love that about Josh. But it's gonna be exciting to see him play too.
Keyonte, when y'all were in Canada, y'all didn't have LJ, Adam, I guess Langston, none of them playing. How much fun has that been for you just to play with them, but also like compete against them in practice and stuff?
It's been fun. You know, last year I was just watching them play, but you know, it's a different type of vibe when you're able to play with high level guys like that, like you named. So it's been fun being able to compete against them. You know, get the chirp, but at the same time, it's getting us better. So with guys that can shoot the ball that well, create, you know, for others and create for themselves, there's so much space on the floor for us to create. So, you know, coming from high school, you know, kind of being that guy to, you know, being able to, you know, fit in the role and learn your role, it's been an experience and it's been fun playing against those guys and playing with them so far.
How hard has that transition been for you to go from being the guy, being the main scorer, to having so many other weapons around you?
You know, it wasn't that hard. I feel like IMG really prepared me, having high level guys, you know, beside me. So coming here, you know, with high level guys, high level bigs, it wasn't that hard, you know, find like, you know, my role that I wanted to be in and just embrace my role. So, you know, just coming here, you know, with open ears, you know, being coachable, willing to learn, you know, this transition has been really easy for me.
Keyonte, how important has Adam been kind of as a leader for that guard room?
You know, he's special. You know, I've been learning a lot from him. You know, just asking him questions, you know, how the environments are, you know, what he sees on the floor, just asking him questions. But, you know, mainly, you know, it gives me my chance to speak to him too. Let him know what I see on the floor, and that's what I love about him. His, you know, willingness to listen to me, you know, even as an 18-year-old, you know, he's been, you know, doing this for a long time. So for him to have, you know, that patience with me, you know, it's a blessing.
Keyonte, from both a personal and a team view, what would you characterize as a success that you come out of the first game with?
Just playing hard. That's really the main thing. You know, every possession matters. So I feel like, you know, my personal goals for that game is just, you know, every possession play hard. And then, you know, of course, coming out to win. And also, ultimately, you know, have fun, play with joy. You know, embrace our culture that we have. And, you know, we just see where the chips fall. But, you know, when we embrace each other, you know, embrace the staff, you know, we should have a lot of fun.
Anything else? All right. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.